In this episode of 10x Forward, we will learn more about the journey of two great entrepreneurs who have successfully launched interesting projects. Two online platforms dedicated to the sale and transaction of goods, and two different concepts with a similar result, a change of plans by their founders. Find out all the details about e-Solidar and Kide.
And Mark, what about your T-shirt? It seems like a different T-shirt.
Long story,
e-Solidar.
man. Yeah, before was e-Solidar.
Yeah.
I think was when we met, like years ago,
Yeah, a lot.
a long time. The Impact Market was a kind of a spin-off from e-Solidar. Basically, it's the other side of the social impact. E-Solidar was about, raising funds for charitable causes, doing some initiatives with celebrities, special events. Then COVID kind of struck it, and there is no events.
Yeah. I heard about Ronaldo. Do you anything with Ronaldo? I remember back then. With
Yeah. We did some, some of the features that we provided. We wanted to kind of bring some innovation to philanthropy or the way people contribute to causes. And one of the products was charity auctions. So, for example, sign a guitar from Tori Carreira or a T-shirt signed by Cristiano Ronaldo, where people can bid on that, and then he chooses where he wants the money to go, and then he publishes on social media, and then he went to the TV.
Takes advantage of everything.
And then Rock in Rio came after, and there was a very good time that we had about in exposure.
Why did you remember to do something on social? You started as Solidar, 10 years ago probably.
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Well, we started with the e-commerce where you could sell your goods and choose a percentage to a cause that you care about.
Yeah.
And then I think it actually was a Football Club do Porto that came to us and said, okay, why don't do like a Hulk T-shirt signed to support like a charity that backs like kids in an hospital in Porto. Okay, that's a good idea. So we wanted to do a triple win where you can sell your stuff, you can support the cause, and at the same time it raised awareness for us to grow our audience.
Yeah.
That was kind of the goal. And I remember that you had it was Kide and now it's Cover Flex,
No,
right?
it was a white T-shirt, so it was really different. Yeah, when I entered like Startup Braga, 2015.
Right.
Also, it was very different from what I do now. It was all about, it was a marketplace of baby kids fashion. I called Kide. It was really hard to find a name, so basically Kide with an E. And it was really interesting. So basically, it was kind of like a triangle. We had the Farfetch movement growing, everyone in Portugal talking about Farfetch. The business model makes sense.
I remember something about like kind of Tinder style kind of.
Yeah, that was another angle though. So basically
Right.
the idea it was the idea of the mobile era when everyone was talking about it was kind of like it seems like 20 or 30 years ago, but back then like people were speaking about mobile is going to eat the world, is going to everything mobile. And I remember was on a subway in London and see everyone on the mobile say, I want to do something on mobile. And there was Tinder, and there was a company that brings the Tinder experience to fashion, to adult fashion. So it makes a lot of sense for me. My kid was born, I understood the market, lots of designers and brands that was scattered amongst Facebook, Instagram. They were like, it was really hard for them.
In a lot of communities, I believe, on those groups.
Lots
right?
of community, lots of Facebook
Fragmented
groups.
everywhere.
Very fragmented. So it makes a lot of sense. Like let's do a curated marketplace when it's really easy for moms and dads to find the clothes that they want for the kids. And it was really interesting. 3 years, the project, 2015 till 2018. Then I sold the company. It was really tough years in terms of investment on the end of 2017. So when back then I decided to kind of like I need a new challenge. Makes sense to sell the company right now. I need a lot of, and I understood like B2C plus being kind of like a solo founder, it was really hard. And I said no more B2C for me. It's really hard you need a lot of money. So that's when I had like the idea, probably I'll take the opportunity to sell the company and let's start something else. And that's when kind of like I have the first ideas about Cover Flex.
Yeah, I kind of correlate with that with the B2C. We so our initial business model was direct to consumer, like individuals that want to get like we even have like this kind of memorabilia signed, like the Darth Vader helmet signed by the author. We tried to go to London as well because the philanthropy market was much bigger.
Yeah.
Then the Brexit happened. And also, like our business model was a commission on everything that we kind of sell. So like we need to scale. So we started also the B2B2C. So bring companies that want to do like volunteering opportunities with their employees, giving them vouchers, charitable gift cards, so they can donate, match their donations. But then the COVID kind of started, and we started to look at this new technology, the blockchain, because there was a lot of the concerns from the donors, like where is my money going, right? And then we realized that the big problem with philanthropy or these kind of social impact donation markets is not so much on the raising the funds, but distribution of the funds.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, there is a lot of infrastructure because here, like in the developed countries, like you can donate in any, like there is a lot of options. The problem is that like the individual that lives in a refugee camp in Ghana or in a Brazilian favela, like probably they don't have an ID or a bank account. Usually they don't have a bank account. And you can trace it, and there is a lot of intermediaries, and there is a lot of inefficient, and you can't measure actually the impact, how much dollars are going. So, like when the COVID happened, and there is a lot of skepticism about blockchain because it's only like the tokens and the ICOs and.
No one remembers now, but like 5 years ago.
And then I went to our investors and I said, no, that seems like a scam. And okay, so let's spin off. We did a spin off that is Impact Market. That is completely on the other side. It's a decentralized infrastructure to provide financial services to those that like in the other side of the world. So things like conditional basic income, learn and earn. They learn about like new things and earn crypto, and also microcredit. And now it's like what has been growing. Imagine that there is like a big decentralized bank. We are in places like Afghanistan, Togo, Mali, like in 30 developing countries, where like the owners of the users, by doing stuff, by repaying their loans, by learning stuff, they earn really ownership of the protocol itself. So it's a completely different approach. But tell me more like the Coverflex. I've been listening that you guys are pretty good or growing pretty well. We used to be also clients.
So basically, we are 150 right now, employees working in Coverflex, Portugal, Spain, and Italy. We launched Italy last year. We have a pretty amazing growth in Portugal. Home country, the concept was really well accepted. We have like from very small companies like with Unipsuai, companies with one, we have hundreds of them, till like PwC, Banco Santander. So the product is kind of like, it was really interesting because it tackled almost every size of companies in Portugal. Went to Italy with a different concept, but the product is also really interesting for the market. And now Spain. Spain is kind of like our little baby. We just launched last month, and it's really a different market. So things are going pretty well. We have the funding in 2019, the pre-seed funding of 5 million, closed a Series A fund around last year. So keep growing. It's kind of like, it's really demanding. So we are all fully remote as you are also. So we have people scattered on the world, kind of from Brazil to Netherlands, to the UK, Spain, Italy, we have lots of people. So we have the challenge of working remotely, working smart and remote. So it's kind of like, because even though it's a big team, 150, there are space to grow in terms of team. We should have more people even. What about Startup Praga? I remember you were here also during my time.
Yeah, we were here sometime. We didn't go through the accelerated program, but we actually leveraged a lot of the network. We had a lot of we spent here some time. We met a lot of great people.
Yeah.
Came here on every demo days or every time there is like a
Christmas party.
Yeah. So it was great to meet some of our early investors and also some friends that still are friends, and some became kind of partners in business. So
I have the two first angels that we have in Coverflex. They are both from Braga, and I met them through Startup Braga. So, and they were the ones that kind of convinced me not to do like crazy stuff on the project and just go insurance with digital. Kind of like digital, I had the learnings on Kide, and previously I had an insurance broker. So basically, they were the ones that convinced me. They said, no, stop thinking about it. Do insurance and digital, try to combine the things, and if you do it, we invest in you. So kind of the leverage of the community is really important.
Yeah, well, similar that it was also someone here in Braga that I met in Startup Braga that told me like, man, blockchain is a new thing.
Yeah.
It was back in 2019 before the COVID. You should look at that. If you want to go through that route, we can help you because we understand. Okay, let's do this. I love this technology.
That's the power of the community.
And let's do it. And that's where Impact Market was born. Actually, the brand was done by them as well, and still the same.
It made me a lot of confusion when I started. I left the company in 2015. I come here to Startup Braga. I saw them on the demo day, pitching the idea. Say, wow, how I wish to be there, like with these guys having like doing a crazy project. And the most rewarding thing is that I didn't knew anyone there. After 1 year, I knew the entire room. I knew everyone there. People knew me. I kind of like investors, all the community of Startup Braga, all the companies. So it's really fast. On a year can change you.
Yes.
That was really powerful for me. I remember 1 year after coming here, say, wow, I kind of know everyone here. 1 year ago, I was kind of like a stranger here. Like, can I enter the door? Can I join? Can I at least only see what's happening here? So it was like tremendous difference. Let's see what I noticed right now, and after like the experience here and with other accelerators and with startup founders, it's kind of like I'm not afraid to fail. Kind of like when I was kind of alone before joining like this community, I had afraid to fail, like and telling ideas to other people. Kind of when I go back to that time, I say I was completely wrong. To fail is not a problem. Obviously, you don't like to fail. Obviously, you don't want. But if you fail, it's okay. And the most thing, like, I should share with everyone my idea. I should try to talk with as many people as possible to get everyone on board with me and ask for feedback. Tell me, and sometimes it's hard. And one of the things that it's kind of like my tip to entrepreneurs and founders, kind of don't be afraid to receive harsh feedback, because it's good. And I received a lot of harsh feedback. 2015, 2016, 17. When I look back, it was really hard, and to kind of like they be really dumb and say, "Come on, I'm being so stupid by doing this. Why I'm doing this? I need to change." And I changed. So kind of like, and every time you change, it's good. So.
I think like it's also a self-commitment, because the more you tell that you want to do, the more you are self-committing, because you tell a lot of people that you are doing that, so you have to.
Yeah, that's true.
And of course, like there is that traditional value of that, and sometimes the startup like most of the times is very hard. Yeah, it can be very painful, but the way I try to look in an optimistic way is that the more you try, the more you fail, the more you learn, the more you get your knowledge increases. So then you try again, you fail, and the more you repeat this cycle, your knowledge and experience increases, so your probability of succeed increases as well.
And that's okay. That's my message. That's okay to do it.
Yes. And being surrounded with a great community is like it's very, very important, because this can be very lonely.
Yeah.
The entrepreneurship kind of grows because there is not a lot of people that you can talk about that, like your friends or your family, or maybe when you go home and like. Maybe I don't want to talk with that, but then they know that you are not feeling good, and then it's like, So
and they put a lot of even more pressure, because what happens sometimes is that you don't want to tell your friends that you are failing, or even your family that you are failing, that you are pivoting. That's why people are so afraid of telling the word pivoting, because if you say pivoting, it's something is wrong with my company. I need to change, and so people, the social impact is really big. So I don't want. Am I really comfortable on telling people what I am doing because they think that I'm crazy, that I am naive, that I am kind of like, I'm not prepared, and if I fail, they are right, I am wrong. So that's why the community is so good, because you kind of have a different community that understands you. You don't, because otherwise you are alone. You have your mom and dad and your brother and sister and your girlfriend and boyfriend telling you you are crazy, don't do it, get a stable job, you are crazy, you're going to fail. Even if they don't do it the way they look, the way they ask questions, you kind of, you are thinking that I'm going to fail. I'm not going to fail. I'm trying. And if you go to this community of people that you are surrounded, they trust you. They say, I'm looking at you and say, I trust you, Marco. I know that you will get there.
You will figure it out.
Yeah, it can take 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, I don't know, but you will get there. So that's kind of the strong impact that these communities have. Not only being alone, but having someone that understands where you are, and you are not afraid of telling them that, I'm trying to pivot my product, I'm trying to sell my company, I don't know. They understand.
Great to see you again after so many years.
Yes, we finally have some time to meet and to know what we are doing, because it's kind of like, that's the madness on things. We are both in Braga, and we didn't knew what we are doing now. So kind of like, at least the time it was worth it.
Really appreciate, man, the time to share some of our stories. And hopefully we can do this more often.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, man.
Thank
really
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.